Hey, welcome to Wednesday Night Recap. We just started a new multimedia series, video series with Andy Stanley. It's called The Time of Your Life. Actually, there's no "the" in front of it, but it's hard to say Time of Your Life. And tonight's session of this series, 5-part series, was Your Days Are Numbered. Your Days Are Numbered. And it was kind of fun. Actually, he was very morbid as he started, but he made it fun. Mm-hmm. You know, that the clock is ticking.
He talked about the death clock. You go online.
Death clock.
You put in some information about yourself, and it'll give you the moment of your death.
You should.
Don't.
I would never.
I didn't even want to play with that.
No.
Yes, I know. It's true.
But, you know, our days are numbered. I mean, the Word tells us that. And time is something we don't think about, and yet we're constantly, even as you're watching this, you're moving from the past into the present and out into the future. One of the definitions, next week, I think I'm going to actually print it out and give copies. The definition of time was very elaborate, and it was basically a sequence of experiences or events. And, you know, we need to be wise about our days. We need to redeem the time. There's another scripture. I mean, there's a ton of scripture for the next 4 weeks after this. You know, he quoted some from Job and some about Moses out of the Psalms. But, you know, more than that, there's also the science to time, which I had fun with tonight.
You did. He went full-on scientist tonight.
He went right over my head.
This is full-on physics. I mean, it was all there. Yeah, but it was good.
The theory of relativity, that time is relative. And again, I don't think we think about time.
Until our time starts running out, then we think about time. Seriously, I mean, you have a project due. You're a college student. You have a project due. You're at work and you have a project due. And sometimes you might think, well, I have plenty of time. And then till you start running out of time, and then all of a sudden it becomes this panic for people. So. And
we ask people different movies that deal with the concept of time. And one of them, of course, is Back to the Future. That was cute.
That was.
And Groundhog Day. Those are more contemporary films. I talked about Interstellar, which actually deals with the theory of relativity, that the only constant is light, the speed of light. And I like how, and Andy won't touch on that, but how Jesus really is talked about as being light. You know, obviously the light of this world. And we're to be salt and light. You know, we're to be, I think, to be constant. I think that's the message for the sake of reaching others. But time is relative.
It is.
And we don't think about that very much. I think I'm repeating myself at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a good intro to time, to consider it, to think about it. You know, we all have the same amount of time. And, time.
Hey, some more trivia.
Yes, go.
The first calendar. And we had one contestant out of the crowd that just about guessed it. He said 1400, 1360 BC. Yeah. The Sumerians. And 3100 BC.
Not to be confused with the Samaritans, correct? Yes.
Sumerians from Mesopotamia. 3100 BC. They put together a lunar calendar.
But
That's
like
incredible.
You said, time hadn't been invented at that point. At least hours of the day.
I don't know. Is it discovered, invented, created?
Or just, right.
Like,
just keeping track?
It's hard to talk about
time. Or a
time.
society
really
becomes complex enough where there needs to be an ability to track time.
But people did record time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about petroglyphs and maybe the Egyptian alphabet, if there is an alphabet. What do you call those Egyptian hieroglyphs? So, I mean, they did keep record of things, and that's how we know, who the Egyptian kings were. The Bible gives us names of kings, but the Bible isn't that old,
right?
As
that's true.
Some of these other people groups. Job is old.
Job is the oldest.
The book of Job is old.
More than likely the oldest book in the Bible. Correct?
It is, it's considered the oldest. But no, 1360 AD was the creation of the first mechanical clock. Prior to that, we had the sundial. And but I want to share some verses, if you weren't with us, that Andy had mentioned. In the book of Job, Job 7, verse 6, "My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle." Imagine going back and forth. "And they come to an end without hope." And, I mean, pretty morbid. And yet Andy made light of it. Another one is Job 9:25. "My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy."
Wow.
I mean, but that's what he was going through at the moment.
Sure.
But we really don't appreciate how fast time passes. You know, I mentioned how as children, we're usually bored. We're looking for something to do. And, you know, time just seems to be this stretched and elongated thing that we're trying to escape and find some fun in.
Yeah.
Then when you get older, it picks up speed. And I actually shared a few insights into why that is. And one guy was a neuroscientist, a neuro-oncologist, and a neurologist. And he nailed it. I think it has to do with our perspective is based on the amount of responsibility in our life and memories. You know, we begin to fill up with all these memories.
Yeah.
Whereas a young child has very little perception of time.
I often thought my children have no concept of time.
Yeah, how about, we didn't talk about people being late.
Oh.
Ooh.
Like, come on.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up
And I
too.
assume that's what you're
Oh
referring
yeah,
to.
for sure.
One thing I wanted to bring up too is that the older I've gotten, the more frustrating people that waste my time
Oh, waste it,
are.
yeah.
That just like, or their time is
'Cause
more
your days
important
are
than my
numbered.
time. It's like, because
Yeah.
my day, don't you know my days are numbered? Yeah.
And what were some of the phrases concerning time that we throw around?
Killing time.
Killing
Time
time.
flies.
Time flies, tempus fugit. I love the Latin on that.
Yeah. I had to go Latin on us. Yeah.
And after the session, it's time to make the donuts.
It's time to make the donuts.
Yeah, you have wasted time. We can invest time. We can spend time.
Yeah.
What were some of the
Yeah. I
others?
mean, time heals all wounds.
Yep, time heals all wounds.
Time. I'm trying to think what the other. We didn't have a ton of them, but
No,
there
but
was
there's a lot.
There are a lot
You
of
know,
times.
in our human circles. Not that they're all accurate.
Time to spare.
Yeah, time to spare. Yeah, we talk about time a lot,
We do.
or we can. So
I'd say I, turned 50 just a couple of months ago, and
You don't have much time.
not, and not that I didn't think about time, but that's a pretty big thing.
It's
to
a
think,
it's like a
well, in 50
benchmark
more
for- yeah.
years, where it seems like it's all. What they say? You're over the hill now.
over the hill.
Over the hill.
Yeah, get them some black balloons.
And you go really fast.
No, I had a vintage. I'm now on vintage. That's
Vintage.
that was the shirt I got
Vintage.
from
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
He can tell himself that. That's
You know, I'm thinking, yeah, I need to get you guys some logo wear.
for what?
Old guys rule.
Old
It's
guys.
time.
Oh, is it?
Old guys
Oh,
rule.
okay, old
a
guys rule.
T-shirt or
Yeah.
maybe a cap. In fact, Jim Rohn was at the Joy Group senior luncheon
And he
on
had that
Saturday.
hat?
He had the hat. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I'm ready for. I don't think I'm ready for old guy rule merch. I don't think I'm ready yet.
Oh
I'm
man.
not there yet.
So I mean, think about it. You get discounts at all these eating places.
Oh, yeah, there'll
You know,
be
fast
benefits.
food,
With
McDonald's.
gray in the beard.
Oh,
they'll-
yeah.
Well, you're already there.
I know.
Both
Gray
of
in the- You would too if you had a beard. Yeah.
I'm smarter than the average pastor.
Yeah. That's not saying
So-
much.
So, anyways, I'll just say this: we've had a good time here tonight. You've watched this. We're having a good time live, and we really can't capture all that. But it really was fun tonight. It was fast for you. Knew it was. Our time was gone.
What's up?
We're out of
I
time.
mean, yeah, we're out of time. And so we're going to talk about time again next week, and I'll be facilitating. Andy will be with us again on video, so I hope you'll be with us. This Sunday, we have just a great time.
we do.
Pastor Brandon is bringing the word, something about Christmas.
Yep.
And the week after, you're doing Christmas, and I'm doing Christmas Day.
Yep.
And so anyways, I hope to see you Wednesdays and Sundays until the new year at least. So God bless and have a great rest of the week.